Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. If stories filled with love, betrayal, and jaw-dropping endings are your thing, make sure you stick around, because what happened next changed everything. I woke up to the sharp click of a key twisting in the lock. My entire body went rigid. The clock beside the bed said 6:03 a.m. Next to me, Noah was asleep, his arm draped around my waist, his face tucked against my skin like we belonged there. The hotel room was dim, but the thin rays of early sunlight were bright enough to reveal the nightmare I was suddenly living. That sound, Becky, it wasn't housekeeping. It was my husband. My voice cracked as I whispered, "Get up." The door opened before Noah could even process what was happening. And there stood Ethan, my husband of 6 years. He didn't yell. He didn't blink. He didn't even breathe, it seemed. He just stared at us, me half-covered, Noah scrambling upright in confusion like a man watching his world collapse in slow motion. Then Ethan did something that gutted me even deeper than screaming would have. He dropped the hotel key onto the floor, closed the door behind him, and walked away. Couldn't move, couldn't even think. Noah kept asking what was going on, but his voice sounded like it was coming from underwater. Somehow I threw on my clothes, hands trembling so violently I could barely zip anything. Didn't look at Noah, didn't speak. All I could hear was the echo of that key hitting the carpet. How had Ethan found me? I crafted the perfect lie. Told him I'd be on a girls' weekend. Showed him fake Airbnb screenshots. I covered every detail. I was so sure. When I got home, an hour later, Ethan's car was still in the driveway. I went inside ready to beg, threaten, explain, anything. But he was gone. No pack bags, no note, just a silence that felt like punishment. For 3 days he disappeared. No calls, no texts, no location. The only proof he was alive was a single $3,000 withdrawal from our joint account. On the 4th day, I came home from the grocery store and found him sitting on the couch, glasses on, casually scrolling through his iPad like nothing had happened. "Hi," he said. Come steady, almost gentle, my throat closed. "Ethan, I'm so sorry. I don't even know where to." He cut me off with one question. "How long?" I hesitated, and in that tiny moment of silence, everything shifted. He nodded. "You paused twice," he said softly. "So I already know the answer." I sat in front of him shaking. It wasn't planned. Started a few months ago. I was lonely. "You've been distant," and he lifted his hand. "No glitches. I only asked to see if you'd lie to me." My heart sank. Then he told me the truth that made my stomach drop. "I didn't go to the hotel to follow you. I was trying to surprise you. Left work early to give you a spa weekend. When I went to drop off the gift bag, they told me you had checked in with a man and they called me your husband." Couldn't breathe. He stood, grabbed his keys, and said quietly, "I'm staying with my sister. Don't contact me." When the door closed behind him, I collapsed. It wasn't just guilt. It was mourning, because I knew what I had destroyed was rare. Ethan wasn't perfect, but he was good, loyal, gentle, and I had traded that for excitement, for attention, for something shallow and temporary. 6 days passed, silence. Then, one evening, I found a manila envelope on the kitchen counter. Inside was a single sheet, a divorce agreement. No fight, no shouting, just an ending. Wasn't ready to lose him. The next morning, I drove to his sister's house and begged him to listen. To my surprise, he agreed. We sat outside, the space between us feeling like miles. "No, I don't deserve anything," I said, barely holding myself together. "But it wasn't because of you. I was selfish. Was stupid. I miss you. I love you." He stared at me for a long time. "I believe you," he said, "and I believe you're sorry. But love isn't just feeling something. It's choosing someone. And you chose someone else." Tears streamed down my face. He didn't move to comfort me. Then he said quietly, "You can stay for dinner if you want, but that's all." It was small, but it was something. We talked about harmless things, work, family, nothing deeper. It felt familiar, almost safe. But when I reached for his hand, he pulled away. "I'm not ready for that," he said softly, "and I don't know if I ever will be." The days after that crawled by. We texted occasionally, short, polite conversations. I didn't push. I didn't beg. I let him breathe. 2 weeks later, I woke up to a message from him. Just one picture. Ethan at dinner smiling, with a woman, her hand on his eyes, bright in a way they hadn't been with me for a long time. No caption, no explanation, but I understood. He wasn't coming back. And that's when the truth hit hard enough to knock the air out of me. I hadn't just cheated. I had thrown away a life, a marriage, a man who trusted me more than I deserved. Apologies couldn't rebuild what I'd earned. Love couldn't erase what I'd done. Some mistakes don't get second chance. And I learned mine the moment I lost him. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers.